Some of y'all's survey answers are too much. I forgot to add straight until after like 30 people had taken the survey. Oh no. It's an anonymous survey and there's a spot where you can put a secret message for me, and one person just put a phone number. I also had to start adding answers that were like, I don't follow you, I just like surveys, because a lot of you just started fucking up the data. This person's in love with a TikTok boy. There's one 10-year-old following me, which I do discourage, but she's a lesbian. Y'all had a lot of good ideas for things I should do and rank. Pretty much all of you are like cottagecore or goth. And all of these are very bottomy emojis. Like, all of them. And, well, the results here could be more encouraging, but there is one person who appreciates me. The two long ones here make me want to cry for very different reasons. Thanks for taking my survey, and 100% of you said, you're welcome, you overeager twink. Part 2 of reading my followers' confessionals. This is an onomatopoeia. Yeah, it is. I don't like women and only like men. I hope it's not true. Guinea pigs are gay. We got the older one a friend but another male so they wouldn't breed, but the idiots are gay or they just don't understand the other isn't female, and now we have gay guinea pigs. Gay rights. Two guys at once and have no clue how to tell them, only one knows I like them. The issue? One is my ex and the other called me slurs and shit at the beginning of the year. The only reason I like them both is because they were nice to me once and I caught feelings because I have daddy issues. What do? Get some help. This Graham Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that gets progressively more best friend, and I think she hates me and I'm fine with that. That's not your best friend then. Is a Trump supporter and I don't know what to do because they have blackmail of me, but I have blackmail of them. Then ditch them. Ditch them for being a Trump supporter. If they try to blackmail you, blackmail them. I want to get pegged by hot MILFs. Don't we all? I dream I got railed by a Minecraft Enderman. Free of reading my followers' confessionals. They continue to be weird as fuck. I bite into a candle so badly right now. What's gonna happen if you do? Just don't swallow it. 4 songs that no one really knows I have. Release them. I did. They let anybody put shit on Spotify. Take packets of cream cheese and drink them. That's a hate crime. Thinking like different kinds of bears. Do they get along? Like, are they besties? This has been on my mind all day. I just want to know if bears have besties. I'm sure bears have besties. Boyfriend on Snap and I'm not even allowed to have Snap, so I can't tell any family. It's killing me. It's freaking Valentine's Day. That's kind of spicy. My dad is having gay sex with his friend Jeff whenever they have boys' movie nights. I'm a punk, but I'm not cool enough to be a punk. That is not what punk is about. If you hate the system, you're a fucking punk. Gay. So is literally everyone else who took this survey. I bet at least 90 of you are wondering if I just read your message. Threatened to kick me out, so I'm moving out before they get the chance. Is that petty? I hope so. It is, and I love it. Petties. For reading your confessionals. 20,000 people have answered the survey, and I am so nervous. Brown M&M. Which one is that? Make a brown M&M a white woman. To feel something, not the sexual kind, and I'll be in character for at least 2 months at a time, so that's swag. My head hurts. Glow stick fluid in my food. Will my shit or should I just put lights in my toilet? My bully's arms and legs and pretended that he broke them on accident. That's metal. I said orgasm when I was a kid because I thought it meant coughing and my friend was coughing really bad, so I said it sounds like you're having an orgasm, and I was slapped by my mom afterwards. Look to your left, I'm not there. TikTok page grew by 23,000 followers in 24 hours, and suddenly hundreds of new people are trying to contact me personally. Many of them have explicitly ignored my wishes to maintain boundaries because parasocial relationships are a hell of a drug. I feel like it's out of my hands, and it's scary to suddenly have slow, steady growth transform into meteoric rise. I am so afraid. That's familiar. I've been reading my followers' confessionals. We are still going at it. Who cosplays or even likes the Riddler gets a simp follow from me. Same, but with the one slur. You get when you mix a dog and a flower. Cauliflower. Haha. That's delightful. You're not running. Neil's Cicerega is only getting closer. Several doll heads hidden in my room. Some were sacrifices, others I found in the forest. They are positioned in a way that allows them to watch me sleep. I like to think they keep out the evil from my dreams. Y'all are so fucking weird, but I support you. I'm trying to get a sugar daddy or mommy so I can pay for my top surgery. That's resourceful. Be safe. Like a horrible person because I'm more attracted to men than girls. Listen, I know that the LGBTQ community makes a lot of shit about men, but you should never feel ashamed about your sexuality because that is not something you control. You can control the kinds of men you go for, and I love you. You're secretly a cat person. I'm openly a cat person. Is that a secret? I bought a Matchbox car 7 years ago and I've never seen it come out. Except reading my followers' confessionals. I'm in love with fictional men that make me question my sexuality. That is valid. I do want to point out, if the only men you're attracted to are fictional, you might not actually be attracted to real men. I do speak from experience. One time I stuck a ham and cheese sandwich into my classmate's desk right before spring break, and when we got back it was all moldy and screwed up a bunch of his textbooks. I'm probably going to do it again. Fried mayo on pizza is seen as a Japanese delicacy. That doesn't sound right to me, but I don't know enough about Japan to tell you that's wrong. This should be a type of rock. I'm pretty sure Hank Green said it is, but he got mad about it. Today I got drunk so I could text my crush I like him. I got wasted because I kinda drank 300 milliliters of vodka in shots and he rejected me. Oh no. X makes out with his sister. I could come out and live as non-binary, but I'm afraid my husband wouldn't understand. That is impossibly hard. I'm so sorry. Are a twink. 7 of reading your up confessionals. My homophobic dad's church friend is his boyfriend. That seems to be a trend. Last survey, instead of putting handsome, I accidentally put pretty, but in an androgynous way, and now I feel awful because I thought your bio said she, they instead of he, they, and I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Compliments are non-gendered. Parents are putting me in an all-girls school because they don't want me to get distracted by boys, but I'm a raging bisexual with a preference for girls. Once I peed on a girl the first time we met at my partner's birthday party. It was very awkward the whole 2 hours after that. How do you accidentally piss on someone? Changing my name to Delta, what do you think? It took me a long name to decide what name I liked, and I studied classical Greek and I loved the letter. That's a great name. I love that name. Delta? Yeah. Really need you to get one of those happy birthday signs, but like with your name and hang it somewhere, please. Do you mean, so like it would say Happy Stevie? That's kind of cute. It's inevitable, life is meaningless. Don't you feel special, edgelord? Nihilism is out. 8 of reading your whacked out confessionals. I want to make a felt puppet so bad, like the ones you would see on Sesame Street. I don't know how to make them. Make a puppet of me. Make a puppet of me and I will duet it. I will give you clout for that. This is a challenge. Blackmailed into going to church by my mom. What the f***? I broke up with my boyfriend today. It's Valentine's Day. I also accidentally burned my house down when I was little. They thought it was a heater when in reality I was playing with fire. When I was 11 years old, my friend was like 15 cents short to buy a popcorn at the movie, so I helped her pay. I took a handful from her when she got it. She dropped the entire container as we were sitting down, and to this day I feel guilty that I ate more of the popcorn than she did. You can let go. It was not your fault. Once when I was around 7 years old, I ate a full tube of blueberry chapstick, and I swear if I could find the same flavor, I'd do it again. Childhood best friend one day stuck me in a closet and we straight up started humping because we wanted to know why it felt good to lesbians. I'm now a trans gay man who wants nothing to do with women. Help! 9 of reading my followers' confessionals. I faked a hookup with my best friend who's gay just because we could. His parents found us and he was grounded for 2 months, but his dad gave me a high five on the way out. Now I'm dating his sister and his mom doesn't know it was staged and I don't know how to tell her. Just wish I was a Twitch streamer, man. Do it. 2 days ago I had 7 followers. There are no rules. The question, how do you think the Pope feels about vegan cheese? I do not think he has an opinion. I hate kids and old people, but I love boobies. Listen, homie, my whole family is trying to hook me up with my cousin. I'm not even in Alabama, and I think he caught feelings for me because he had a spicy dream about me and told me and says, oh, you like me, it's obvious. I don't know what to do. Jail! Only think about dressing up as a Victorian boy and getting lost in the woods. Don't we all? Die while you're on your period. Do you stay on your period as a ghost? Also, why don't we do the wedding bouquet toss at funerals? It's a good way to predict who we should pity till they inevitably die. I got sent to conversion therapy and I fucked the priest's intern. Whoops. 10 of reading my followers' confessions. I was in 10th grade. I was so terrified of the Five Nights at Freddy's games that literally just seeing images from it made me throw up, but I got over my paralyzing fear of it by reading FNAF smut on AO3. Related to the New York Mafia, apparently. My boyfriend refuses to have sex with me because he asked his mom and she said no, and it's not like that he doesn't want to. He wants it so much, but he's always like, she said no again, and I'm dying. I find it so funny. Why would he ask that? Trance and I have been binding with bandages. I know it's bad, but it makes me feel like a boy, but it's starting to hurt. I don't know how to stop. Look up safe binding techniques. You can really fuck up your body if you keep binding with bandages. I'm British and heard that you could send a letter to the Queen and she will respond, so I wrote to her saying I thought she was hot and could she be my sugar mama, and she still hasn't responded. Look like you would be tall. I'm 5'7". Representative Sean Caston came to my school and let a few students ask him questions once the assembly was over. I accidentally called him Daddy Caston to his face because of a joke I had with my friend. To part 11 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I'm a lesbian, but I have a boyfriend. I don't know how to tell him since he just spent so much money on me for Valentine's. I thought I was bi before dating him. Ooh. In a bottle 7 years ago and threw it somewhere in my room. I live in constant fear of finding it. I wish I was a guy because being a female doesn't feel right to me, but I can't tell anyone that because they'd hate me. I hope that someday you are given the space to be able to be yourself. I think I may have almost K-worded my brother. When I was younger, he was hospitalized after eating a load of poisoned berries, and the other day I sat with my grandma, and she told stories about me when I was younger, and she mentioned I used to hide in a berry bush in the woods with my brother and pretend to make him dinner, and apparently I made him eat a mud pie, so now I think I may have force-fed him poisoned berries and Once nearly hooked up with two of my female friends while drunk. We agreed to tell no one, but then found out one of the girls was straight, completely sober, and had a boyfriend at the time. The same girl went around telling everyone about it, trying to expose us, and said I did hair her. Shifted into SpongeBob and fuck Sandy. To part 12 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I don't know a lot, but I do know that every time I argue with someone, I block them as they are replying to me so that 1, I can't hear some bull. 2, they can't have the satisfaction of having the last word. That's so petty. I have a girlfriend, but I really like this guy, and I panic every day about what to do because they don't really like each other, and I just want to love them both. I put laxative in my brother's hot chocolate because I was bored. Are you insane? He broke up with me a month ago, and so I made a Facebook meme about me missing him, and when he found the account I posted it on, he reposted it as if it was about me. He has no idea that I have that meme account. Oh. I faked my death to my ex-friends since I moved away from them, and they still don't know I'm alive because I made different social medias and shit. What? I know my dad watches gay and I also know that my parents are filing for divorce, so maybe that's why? I have a crush on one of the math guys from Khan Academy, even though I don't know what he looks like. I don't know what to do. 13 of Confession Booth with Stevie. This one's a doozy. I have a friend that has a boyfriend, but I have a crush on them, so I flirt with them to make them question their relationship. I know I'm a bit. That's a lot. I have an obsession with the color yellow because it was my father's favorite color and everyone compares me to him. I'm a cult leader's eldest daughter. My father believes he's the leader of the 144,000 that will be saved in the last days in the book of Revelations. Ever since I could remember, I knew he was a terrible person, but my mom was too brainwashed to do anything about it. Drink the paint water on purpose. Don't do that. I think Lil Huddy is cute. I know, don't come for me. It's embarrassing, but it had to be said. Now this one is embarrassing. A girl lied to our friend group saying she was in a gang and it was really convincing, like she cried and all. What? I need to get married soon and the thought of a hetero relationship is genuinely distressing. Are you okay? Why do you have to get married soon? I think I have a wing kink, but like how do you even tell people that? Is it just something you gotta pretend doesn't exist? To part 14 of Confession Booth with Stevie. So recently, my mom had kept all my baby teeth in her jewelry box, but the other day they just weren't there and no one will admit to throwing them out. Tooth thief. One time at a party, I was sitting on a window frame with my crush and the topic shifted to knives, so I showed her my favorite knife that I happened to have with me. She took it out of my hands and opened it and made a cut on her knee, wiped the blood on her finger, and told me to be a good girl and drink it, and so I did. So anyways, I have a blood kink now. The first time I heard your song Diana, because that's my girlfriend's name and I'm a simp. I love you. The past 8 to 9 years I've been using fictional characters and universes as a coping mechanism to get to sleep, and now I genuinely struggle to sleep without doing it. I am with is too clingy and I have no idea how to let him down, so I try and ghost but feel too guilty, so I start to talk to him again. You gotta let him down. You gotta just tell him. A Garfield shrine in Roblox. I lost my V card to a bike seat. Y'all know that's not how it works, right? Everybody to part 15 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I've been wanting my parents to break up all year. Their relationship has been iffy. Dad has left or been kicked out, sent to jail, I think, 3 times. I dislike my dad for no reason other than he makes me somewhat uncomfy and can live well knowing I would be okay with 2 birthdays. I've been in love with the same girl for 3 years, even though I know she's straight and we're not even friends anymore, but I still love her and I don't know how to get over her. Whew. But before I tell this, my dad is 59 and my mom is 39. That's an age difference. So I have a 30-something-year-old half-brother on my dad's side, and I was always told that my mom has both fucked my dad, obviously, and my half-brother, but it was just brought to my attention last night that it could totally be possible that my half-brother's actually my dad, which can make sense because I kind of look like my half-brother, but I hadn't thought anything of it because I'd be related to him either way. I feel like I'm watching a YouTube expose. That is so scandalous. You look and sound exactly like my ex, who I'm still not over, and that's a big reason I'm following you, LOL. That's a loaded comment. To part 16 of reading your confessions, I now have 50,000 submissions, so if you're still itching to tell me a secret, there is now another form in my bio. Drop keys with my abuser's phone number on them in public places because she stole my dog, but I do it infrequently enough that she doesn't get spammed or catch on and figure out it's me doing it. And then they dropped the phone number. I'm secretly a Rick and Morty fan. I'm low-key ashamed because of the reputation it has of being a show for self-absorbed neckbeards, not to mention all the inappropriate stuff in it. I swear I'm not one of those people. I just want to watch dumb cartoons in peace. I played a rogue in a D&D game for 2 years, and now I have a knife kink, but on the receiving end, like I think my fantasy is getting topped by my own character. Why do all of you have knife kinks? I'm in love with Michael Cera. Here's a thought. Don't be. When I was younger, I thought jellyfish were named after Jell-O. That's so good. I think I'm bi, but I'm not really sure. I especially don't want to be the straight girl who's like, I'm bisexual. You're allowed to experiment before coming out. Welcome to part 17 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I read smut and I'm 13. It's not my fault that plot is always so interesting. You're full of shit. Just admit you're horny. It's okay. You're a teenager. You're allowed to be. I once wrote a KFC man and Ronald McDonald fanfic. I feel like you caused the previous person's issues. Every time I get a video of yours, I go to your profile and watch everything I missed, and you're becoming one of my favorite creators. I love you so much. You fill my heart with joy, my light and my delight. My boyfriend just broke up with me, and he said it was because I'm immature, dumb, and I was a problem. I'm gonna tell you something. If that's how he decided to break up with you, that makes him immature, dumb, and a fucking problem. That's a dick move. I go to sleep by hugging my pillow, putting on a breathing and heartbeat ASMR, and now I'm scared I can't sleep without it. I've been there. I've raised my little siblings since I was like 10, but I realized I was raising them too late, and it's one of my biggest regrets because I definitely fucked them up. Me and a friend referred to each other as possum husbands as a joke, but little do they know I have a crush on him and I don't know how to proceed. To part 18 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I didn't know if I'm gender fluid or a trans man, but I don't want to be a man because my sister is one of those kill-all men. Imagine being bisexual and liking men motherfuckers. That is rancid. I'm so sorry. One time I took a bunch of chocolates from this tin for Star of the Week, and I hid the wrappers in other people's trays and around their chairs, and they all got in trouble and cried when they were called thieves. That's a little evil. I shit myself in school when I was 7, and I'm still traumatized by it because it got all over the wall. Either you are lying, or you are maybe the most powerful person in the world. I know that I'm shitty for this, but my ex-best friend stole $64 worth of leaf from me, so I fucked her boyfriend on her birthday. Dad's really homophobic and he hates me for being gay, but it's okay because recently I found out my mom divorced him for cheating on her with a man and he was the bottom. Why are all your fathers gay? I almost rolled over my truck in the middle of buttfuck nowhere because I saw a frog and proceeded to take him home with me. His name is Ray. That's very good. All to part 19 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I have 3 online friends I play Minecraft with, one of which is a guy who has attempted to flirt with me. I'm a lesbian and I have a girlfriend. The other one thinks I'm an old man, and I think the final one is an old man. That sounds like a sitcom premise. I have my dad's debit card on Discord and I use his money to buy myself and my friends nitro. He's abusive though, so I don't mind. Have fun, stay safe, don't get caught. Sitting on a bunch of NSFW drawings that I'm too scared to post. Do it, coward. I have a friend who just came out as non-binary and another friend of mine who's Catholic and does not support LGBTQ+ likes them. I'm stuck in between. Who should I tell first? Do not out your non-binary friend to a homophobe. That seems like a no-brainer. I don't give a shit if they're Catholic. They're a fucking homophobe. Maybe ditch them as well for being a piece of shit. Whenever I'm on my period, I get 2 extra small tampons and use both at the same time. I feel like that's impractical, but go off. I'm an impulsive liar, and because of that, my friends don't even know my real name. Holy shit. To part 20 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I've decided I'm just gonna pump these out today. I like to collect Barbie's body parts and DIY them. You're a homosexual, aren't you? I have no idea who I am in general, so now my entire personality is random cult classic movies. Most people dealing with that have nowhere near this amount of self-awareness. Okay, so I'm still close to my ex. We dated about a year ago, and then she came out as a lesbian, and I'm a guy, and I was like, cool, I support you. And over quarantine, we got closer, and I low-key liked her, but tried to force myself not to. And then last month, she snuck out and came over and grabbed me and kissed me, and I was shocked, but I still like her, kinda. But she says she doesn't want a relationship and just wants to be a player, but I'm way too attached, and I don't know what to do. I'm so sorry. I'm secretly obsessed with how I look. Not what people think of me, just how hot I look, and if I don't feel hot, I feel like shit. Call me a howl kitty, I don't know. I've never fit in. I was always the outcast in every situation. I recently found out all that happened to me because I'm an extraterrestrial and I was sent here in an attempt to destroy Earth. I lost my memory while entering the Earth's atmosphere and just 5 days ago found out my true power and what my mission is. Okay, T. Welcome to part 21 Confession Booth with Stevie. The time I got stuck in an alligator statue in a zoo. You just dropped that and ran. I need more details. Friends with my ex and my crush, and I really like my crush, but I'd asked them out if they weren't dating, but I think they're polyamorous, but I don't remember, so I don't know if I should ask them out or not. Test the waters first. Ask if they're polyamorous. Do not hint that you want to date them both yet, though. Shot a friend during a manic episode back in January 2019 and got sent to a mental hospital for like 8 months in my freshman year. I wish I were one of those dinosaur cardboard things that stares at people no matter where they move. I have no idea what you're talking about, my friend, but I do support you. Eat half a block of cheese every 2 days. Only my brother has noticed this. I'm doing well, aren't I? The cheese actually tastes really nice, though. Try, some of you like cheese. This has such a kindly, maternal tone of voice to it. I just want him to absolutely shred me, like rip me in half, completely demolish my everything, in like a fun and sexy way, though. It all comes down to the intrigue factor. Is it short enough? Is it funny? Is it original? Some of them are pretty similar to each other. Like, I have a crush on my best friend. Oh, everyone does. I'm not going to include repeats. Scandal. Do I have something to say about this particular topic? Or is this advice that I think could maybe help people? Will TikTok remove my video for having this content in it? They have already done so, so I'm a little more careful now. Do I suspect that this person is lying? I have no way of actually knowing except for my gut feeling, so don't be a bad liar. Where was this confession submitted? If it was anywhere except for the Google form, like my comments or my DMs, I won't read it because it gets really disorganized really quickly. But yeah, I've gotten almost 50,000 submissions for the confession booth, so there's no way I can read all of them, so I'm pretty strict on those requirements. To part 22 of Confession Booth with Stevie. Best friend is a closeted bi in a straight relationship, and I'm the only person who knows we hook up all the time. I haven't seen Euphoria, but I feel like this is a plot from that. Once read Muppet ABO smut, and it scarred me. I have a massive crush on this girl, and I didn't know how to tell her until recently. I found out that one of her friends has a crush on me, and I didn't know what to do, so I suggested polyamory, and now they both hate me. I feel like there was an easier way to go about that. When I was a kid, my ADHD was so bad to the point where I wouldn't go to the bathroom. I would go days without peeing because I literally just kept getting distracted. As you could probably guess, this was not good for any of my organs. To make a long story short, I nearly had to get a full kidney transplant at age 7. Mental illness, y'all. My mom has a rule where we can't shower with the door locked, so as a child when my sister was showering, I snuck in pretending to grab something, locked the door and walked out, immediately telling my mom she was showering with the door locked. She got in trouble, and yes, I am the youngest child. I'm the youngest child too, but I don't think I ever... Everybody to part 23 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I'm on a Minecraft SMP with my crush, and a few days ago she gave me a flower she renamed So-and-so's Heart, and I built an entire room to keep it safe. She likes you. Fuck, obviously. That's the cutest shit I've ever heard. I am rooting for your love story. When I was a child, like 7 years of age, my dad, who was a heavy alcoholic, left for a week right as I got really sick, then was sent to a mental hospital for a month, then had to get surgery for his neck that he broke 2 times, and when he was getting surgery, I accidentally came out as gay, and now he hates me. I feel like I can't even keep that timeline straight. I'm sorry, that sounds like a lot. I moved out of my parents' house at 17. I'm 18 now, and it was absolutely the best decision I ever made. I'm going to college next year, and I really want to go no contact with my family, but I'm scared too. Do it. You know what's best for you. Do it. Tastes like cinnamon, Pepsi tastes like brown, and Dr. Pepper tastes like carbonated barbecue sauce to me. You're right. She has made it clear that she's into me, but I can't feel the same way because her dad paid me to fuck him. What? Everybody to part 24 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I like eating raw eggs and vinegar plain. Y'all are so weird. I saw these edits of Joe Biden on TikTok and I was like, hold up, but then I was on Wattpad and stumbled across Joe Biden ex-reader fanfic. I now have a crush on the 46th president who is 78 years old. Hey guys, let's not do this. Let's not do this one. When I was younger, I liked Monster High. I'm a lesbian now. Therapist suggested I get a plant, so now I have a cactus named Spike. Tell Spike that I love them. So one time my mom was doing drugs, I saw all of it, and she doesn't know. You phrased this like there was going to be more explanation, but there isn't, and now I like a 17-year-old and I'm 12. 13 in March, though. You turning 13 in March does not change the situation. I am begging you to be smart and to not proceed. I jumped into a concrete floor because my siblings told me it was a pool. I was about 4 or 5 at the time. That was a murder attempt. Buddy, welcome to part 25 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I have a boyfriend and lost feeling a while ago, and I don't know how to tell him I'm in love with his sister, not him. She's also my best friend. You gotta break up with him. Maybe leave out the sister part for now, but you gotta leave him. I met some guy on Toontown Rewritten. We have been dating for 4 years and live with each other. Modern romance. This is a train eat. It choo-choos. I just hope I made you laugh. I'm gonna cry. That makes me so soft. I really wanted to get a husky to impress a girl. They were her favorite, but just today I found out she was straight and I'm still falling for her more every day. Don't make a big purchase just to impress someone. Whether they like you or not, don't make a big purchase just to impress a crush. I can't stop lying no matter what I do, and I just want to be honest for once in my life, but I can never seem to. Also, one time I accidentally lost my mom's first wedding ring and never told her. She has a new one now. I don't know. Is that true? I had a fear of Google Earth ever since I was a child. I feel so small and insignificant when looking at it. That's existential horror for you. To part 26 of Confession Booth with Stevie. The email confessions are going great, and the link is in my bio. 4th grade, I told everyone I was a vampire on my mom's side because I had weird teeth growing up that kind of looks like fangs and had a tendency to hiss people. On your mom's side? What? I'm on my period for 2 months straight, and I still haven't gone to a doctor about it because making appointments is scary. That's very bad. Please go to a doctor. My best friend of nearly 6 years always ghosts me whenever she starts new relationships. Sometime in the last month or so, she started dating this guy and didn't even tell me. I found out from his Snapchat. Am I wrong for being mad that she didn't tell me she was dating someone? Now she doesn't talk to me and almost never responds to my messages. We used to talk literally every day. This is very, very valid. This is a valid thing to be angry about. What the f***? I was in Asda, and basically this person has really, really cool boots and pink hair, and they look so bloody fab, and I whisper yelled it to my friend. They looked at me like I was mentally insane. That's cute. I have a crush on someone who is 25 years older than me, and I think it's a problem. It's not a problem unless you act on it. Everybody, welcome to part 27 of Confession Booth with Stevie. The email confession setup is great. The link is in my bio. Only productive when it's to spite someone. I generally lack motivation, but today my dad was mean to me and I went to cry in the shower, and then I got out, now angry, and cleaned my room in a hate-fueled agenda. It felt great, by the way. Good for you. I'm a lesbian that has not come out yet, neither to my friends nor parents. Not long ago I started having feelings for my best friend, but this morning I checked on her TikTok and in her bio it said super straight. I don't know what to do. Who puts straight in their bio? Cat has boogers. Okay. Me and my friends have this joke that I'm a furry and a cat boy, and it started entirely because I have Tourette's and one of my tics is meowing, and sometimes I do the cat paw thing when I do it, which is another tic, and now everyone thinks I'm a furry. Please help me. Friends won't shut up about yaoi. I go to a new school and I had to find new friends, and I've been through a massive downgrade. Every lunch they just talk about yaoi and it makes me so pissed off. I have no common interest with them, but I don't want to cut them off because I'm lonely, and if I told them I disliked it, it would be 3 people against me. You deserve friends who don't make you feel uncomfortable. Part 28 of Confession Booth with Stevie. These just get wilder and wackier. I just feel alone. The one person who said they wouldn't leave me did. I feel like I'm not good enough. You are, and your worth is not contingent on other people's recognition of that. I have this theory that if my parents wouldn't have gotten together as early as they did, they were 15 and 16, my dad might have experimented some in college. I have the same feeling about my parents. I just found out that I joked my way into having a piss can. You know, that seems to be how it goes. The subject line of this one just says, ran over my gran. When I was 8, my granddad owned a farm, and he let me drive around the field in his old car when the cows were out. He'd sometimes let me out and supervise, and long story short, I ran over my grandma. Needless to say, I wasn't allowed to drive around in the field anymore. So when I was around 8 or 9, I used to steal my sister's very expensive makeup and break it, like brutally smearing on the counters, mirrors, and floors. For what reason, I do not know. I guess it was fun. I'm sorry, but I know she hated you. It's look like if a witch turned a little boy into a cat, and it's kind of scary. If you look into his eyes, they're so human. Part 29 of Confession Booth with Stevie. Boy, how time flies. We are approaching the 30s. I just started dating this girl, and when I told my best friend, he basically told me it would go down in flames, and he was right. She has already started lying to me. Did he manifest that? I'm working on getting my chronic fatigue and pain diagnosed since the start of the new year, but the closer I get, the more scared I am I won't be given the validation I need. I can't work and I have no money, but I can't go home for my own mental health. Like, what if it's not that bad and I'm just a baby? I'll seem like the world's biggest ass then. Don't invalidate yourself before you've even sorted out the problem. Your issues are real, I promise you. It's a girl I liked to grab coffee with me on Valentine's Day, and she said yes, so I assumed it was kind of a date thingy because I made this cute card to ask her and stuff. A couple weeks later, I tell her about my feelings, and turns out she was straight. God damn it, the headies are at it again. The subject line of this just says dino stuff. In 4th grade, during one of my lessons, a movie Jurassic Park started playing in my head, and after some time, a teacher asked me, "Are you having fun?" And just then I realized I was holding a pen in my mouth and sort of roaring, because in that moment, the scene with the dino holding a car in his mouth was in my brain. To part 30 of Confession Booth with Stevie. The confession link is in my bio. I un-out myself. Earlier this year I came out as bi. When I came out, my mom asked me, how do you know this isn't just a phase? And I was like, because this wouldn't change. Well, now I'm positive I'm not bi. I think I might be asexual or something like that. I don't know. I haven't found the right label yet. So how do I un-out myself but also explain to her that being bi isn't a phase? I get this. I have been there. It's so tricky, but experimentation is really part of it, and honestly, it's going to take a lot of educating her, and she may not get it at first, but I want you to know that you are still valid despite her reaction. Recently, I've gotten really close with one of the managers there, and now we're dating. This is a problem because if we get caught, we both would be fired. This is fanfic material. For several years, I believed Norway was not in fact the country I lived in, but that I lived in a country called Norwegia, which does not exist. I live in Norway. Dad watches telenovelas almost every day. I know that's not weird, but like they're always in Spanish and he never has the subtitles on. I don't think he speaks any Spanish, but at this point I'm too afraid to ask. If he doesn't speak Spanish, then what is he doing? To part 31 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I've been talking to like 3 guys for fun because they're douche. I think I'm actually starting to like one of them, and now I regret everything and I'm scared. Send help. Big country boys scare me. Thank you. You gotta get out of there, bestie. Primary school, we had to do this weird church ceremony thing and we were given candles. A kid tried to set my hair on fire and I bit a chunk out of a candle. Are those two events connected? When I was in 2nd grade, me and my cousin were in the same class, and she would always cut a little bit of her hair off and put it in my cubby. I didn't tell anyone, but I kept all of it and still have it to this day. I'm in 9th grade now. That's weird as hell. I once wrote a Barry Benson ex-reader fanfic and it got 2K reads. I see we're doing a monster crossover today. Good for you. I have a really unhealthy obsession with anything pineapple. I eat almost a whole pineapple at least once a day, and I'm not sure if it's become an addiction or not. I'm scared to tell my therapist or doctor in fear of being judged. If you're worried about it, it's worth bringing up. Everybody, to part 32 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I eat orange skin peel. I do wash it first, though. You're a criminal. I secretly love Crocs. Like, I tell all my friends that they're ugly and they won't catch me dead in them, but I have 2 pairs at the moment and I'm planning on saving up to get platform ones. I don't know that it's so deep that it has to be a secret. Me and my cousin used to eat ants. As a kid, I used to take my mom's sex and throw them in a blender, and now that I found them again, I want to blend them up because I can't keep myself composed. Is this horrible, or should she hide her sex harder? Both. I really want to ask out a girl called Olivia. Can you please help me? Olivia, you should go out with this person. I know nothing about them, so I hope I'm making the right call on this one. Spend at least 2 hours a day staring at the ceiling rewatching an anime series in my head, except imagining I was in it. That is some escapism. In case you forgot, tonight is Confession Booth Live over on Twitch, 8 p.m. EST. Come on down and join me. If you would like to confess, go ahead and join the Discord server. The invite link is in my bio, and you will be in a voice channel with me confessing. Everybody, and welcome to part 33 of Confession Booth with Stevie. I based a whole ass piece of my personality off of being a woman-loving woman, and then I tried binding and being more masc, and it feels right. LMAO, gender fluid. I don't know, man. We are the same. You are having the crisis I had this time last year. The burned out gifted kid by 5th grade, and then I was accepted into this Bregg's governor school, but I didn't want to go, so I threw out my essay and my dad still doesn't know. Is this a British thing? My ex's best friend texts me out of nowhere and I feel uncomfortable. I told my ex because we're still good friends, but they laughed at me when I told them. Should I stop talking to my ex or still talk to my ex? They make me feel like I'm suffocating some days. I think my ex gave her best friend my account. What should I do? I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know how the best friend plays into this, but if they make you uncomfortable, you have every right to cut them off. You do not need to maintain contact with someone who doesn't make you feel good. I hate TikTok. It's just so toxic. Slurp. Left my abusive husband, now a very young single mother, and feel like I fucked leaving. If he was abusive, you made the right choice by getting out. And welcome to part 34 of Confession Booth with Stevie. If you would like to submit a confession, the link is in my bio. I think I am in love with my BFF who is a girl, and I am a girl, but I am straight. Any advice? I don't think you're straight. I want to cut my hair in a specific style, but I just realized that it's going to make me look like a guy in my class. It kind of feels like I copy him, and I don't want it to be weird. I just happen to like the style he has. Is that weird? Do what you dude. He doesn't own the hairstyle. When I was in school, I used to pretend to fall asleep on the bus on every school trip so I didn't have to talk to anyone. Once I was asleep next to my friend, he pulled my head on his shoulder and told everyone on the bus about how he has a crush on me, and I pretended to sleep the whole time and said sorry for falling asleep on him when we got off the bus. No one said anything. He still doesn't know I heard him to this day. Subject line of this says, I'm in love with a disembodied voice that plays Minecraft. I was playing Bed Wars on Minecraft with my best friend, and this one person let me grab the loot instead of killing me for it. After that, we became friends, and we talk every day on Discord, and he's a year older than me, and I'm not gonna lie, I have a pretty big crush on him. He's just so nice. That's so cute! Part 35 of Confession Booth with Stevie. If you would like to submit a confession, the link is in the bio. When I was 2, I shat under a table at my mom's friend's wedding, and no one found out. That is not true. I know someone found out. There's this thing me and my older sister would do when we were younger, when every few months we'd have a girl night where I would put on a dress and be a girl for a night, and I didn't really mind the dresses, but I especially liked the bonding with my sister that took place. Not a soul knows about it but me, my sister, and now you. And 300,000 people. My mom is gay. She keeps singing, I'm coming out, I want the world to know, and I think she's gay because her friends are always coming over. That's fun. That's funky. A little Diana Ross moment. Using my mom's iPad for this, but I'm scared my boyfriend hates me because I'm scared to say I love you to him, even though I do, but past relationships have fucked me up so bad, I don't know what to do. If he's the right one for you, he will understand that you need to take your time. Stevie, I accidentally put my pet fish in my mouth and I put water with it and I kind of swallowed it, but it wasn't my fish, it was my brother's. Help me, I don't know what to do. Girl, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You're gonna shit on a fish.